Hello, this is just a video of how I would go about mirroring animations if that's something you want to do. Let's just get into it. Let's start by importing the animation. I grabbed these files with the help of Asgard's XIV or XIV animation toolkit. But do take a note that you want your armature's primary bone axis to be X and secondary bone axis to be Y. Otherwise, if it stays as YX, your armature will look like a Christmas tree and it'll not be good. You could save this as a preset. I don't know if there's a way to like make this a permanent thing. There probably is. I don't know it. Let's just import. There he is, our little guy. He's doing a little pat with his right hand arm. And I will rename this as animation, so to help distinguish stuff, I make a new collection because of neatness and whatever. Then I grab this other file, which is a full model with the help of text tools is a full model viewer thing. If once you import, it should stay like that, XY, until the next time you open Blender or open the file again. There he is, his A pose. I like to like hide these other stuff since they're all like pointing this way. I select right there, hide them, select everything, select an object, Control J to join. It's just one full object, otherwise you'll be like, oops. Let's just do it again. There, it's all line. And now to flip, you select the armature of the animation. You may notice that there's a lot of keyframes. But let's go into pose mode, deselect everything. Not as many keyframes. You can delete that. Now why is that fine? And the animation is still there? Because in my head it's like the armature is just the container of all these bones, if that makes any sense. But the bones have their own keyframes and stuff. They'll just be fine. Now to flip, you could Control M, X, and enter. Now he's patting you with his left arm. Otherwise, if you don't delete those keyframes, Control M, X. Oops, he's still patting with his right arm. That's not what we want. Even if you, well, I mean, you could auto keyframe or whatever, but it's like, it's just easier to like delete. So there, he's with his left arm. Cool. He stays that way throughout the whole animation. Now let's look back to our guy. Select his armature. Do a retargeting with the file I put in while he's doing the thing with his left arm instead of his right arm. That's very cool. You may notice that some bones, like this tape thing, or this, maybe sometimes the buki, or I don't know how, if I'm probably butchering however you pronounce these. I think they're like Japanese, yeah. You could make use of bone constraints, like copy rotations and locations or whatever, and that will probably work. You could do this before or after you bake the animation, but if those don't really bother you, I guess it's okay, or whatever, you do you. This is mostly for the mirroring part. Let's go back to object mode. It's bake. This may take a while because baking takes a while even with like actual food. But yeah, other than that, you'll want to check this in the scene format is 25 frames. We want it to be 30 frames, so it's smooth or whatever Final Fantasy accepts. And let's just reset these bone mappings so it's not trying to retarget. And wow, he's doing his own thing. Cool. Wow. left-handed instead of right-handed. Okay, that's it. Bye. Just kidding. So when I talked about the animation flipping, I want to take note that even if you flip the animation, let's say for example, you are a black mage, right, you're holding it in your right hand. If you flip the animation, it will still be in your right hand. So if you really wanted to have the staff in your left hand, this may look, this may look like much, but I promise it's not that bad. At least in VFXEditor, this you could look at this for example. Let's go select these black mage, and this idol, and okay, let's add a new. I don't know what it's called, like a subtract or whatever. There should be a weapon decision C014, and there's this stuff here. So the time is when you want the weapon to go at this specific area. So it's you. So it depends on you but if you wanted to if you wanted it to start at 0, it will be there until you do a different animation. So this is just when when the animation starts at 0, then it'll be there. This next part is in XIV would be unknown unknown 1 or enabled. So in XIV this would either be 0 or 1. 1 means it's enabled, so there's that. Next is the unknown 2. I don't know what it does, so I keep it as 0. Next is the thing we want, the object position. So stowed means back where it was. So it's here. Yeah, it's back on his back. If we go to right hand, it's gonna be in his right hand. This is unknown. Switch hand is in his underhand. I don't know what the difference is with switch reverse. Although, if you have an offhand, switch reverse works, but switch hand doesn't. Not sure. And root bone is just in, yeah, there. So let's keep it as switch reverse for now. So it's in his other hand. Now object control, you have these options: weapon or pet, offhand, lemure or summon. Weapon or pet is your main hand, which is usually the right hand. Offhand is if you have like a secondary thing, like for example an astrologian's card deck on that's hanging by their side, or a red mage's I forget what it's called, focus, I think, yes, the thing that they're floating up in the air usually. And lemure or summon, I believe, is something like when you do the eat apple, eat boiled egg, whatever. Those are, I think, those are kind of like those summoned objects kind of things. So you pick one of these. So, for example, yeah, black mage should be the weapon or pet. I don't know what pet means. But yeah, so he's his left hand. So there's that. And in XIT, these go through 0 for stowed, 1 right hand, unknown, 2 switch hand, 3 root bone, 4 switch reverse, 5. So 0 to 5, this unknown 3. And this unknown 4, that's the object control. It was the main weapon, hand or pet. 0, offhand, 1, the mirror summon, 2. So that's that. It doesn't show these terms because I think VFXEditor just updated with these for something recently. I don't know. It's pretty helpful for, yeah. And yeah, and then here's a different example. Say Reaper. So this is on our right hand. Let's just fix that and look for the Reaper. Child paper. This one, select. Let's go to the idle. Actor, let's add in that C for 0014 times 0 because we want it to start right away. Unknown 2, we don't touch that. Object position, let's switch it to the left hand, and this weapon or pet is fine. Oh, well, this isn't. I think I missed the. Okay, yeah, it's still using the black mage, but you get the idea. It's in the other hand. So yeah, you will need to observe and check again the rotation and stuff of this bone, for example. This is, I think, the weapon bone, weapon in your hand bone, and these other ones, this is the other weapon bones. These are also weapon bones. This is just hair and stuff like that. Okay, I think that's more or less it. Probably not. We're always here to learn. Who knows what happens in the modding scene? There's so much we don't know. But yeah, okay, bye again. Editing Lynn here. Sorry again, I'm scatterbrained. But I also want to mention that I do not know how to make this switch a weapon to this other position or hand persistent, or if that's possible. Um, to my knowledge, you have to do this C014 weapon position thing for anything you want to edit, which might not be that bad once you think about it, if since you're only gonna be replacing what you're already editing. But yeah, that good luck.